Ollie had always been fascinated by the jungle. He had read books and watched documentaries about the dense forests and exotic wildlife that inhabited them. So, when he finally convinced his parents to let him go on a jungle trek with his guide, he was over the moon. But as the day wore on, Ollie began to feel a sense of unease. The guide had stopped to rest and eat, and Ollie had wandered ahead, fascinated by the giant ferns and towering trees. When he turned around, the guide was nowhere to be seen. Panic set in as Ollie realized he was lost. He called out for the guide, but only the birds replied. He started to run, his heart pounding in his chest, but the dense underbrush made it difficult to move quickly. As the sun began to set, Ollie knew he had to find shelter. He climbed a tree and settled into a crook of a branch, his eyes scanning the darkness below. He was scared, but he knew he had to stay calm if he was going to survive. The next morning, Ollie set off again, determined to find his way out. He followed a stream, hoping it would lead him to civilization. As he walked, he noticed that the trees seemed to be thinning out, and he caught glimpses of light through the canopy above. After what seemed like hours, Ollie saw a break in the trees ahead. He stumbled towards it, his legs aching and his throat parched. And then, suddenly, he was out of the jungle and back in the bright sunlight. Ollie blinked in the bright light, taking deep breaths of the fresh air. He had made it out of the jungle, but he knew he would never forget the lessons he had learned there. He had faced his fears and relied on his wits to survive. And as he made his way back to camp, he knew that he would always carry the jungle with him, in his heart and in his spirit.